Now, new analysis suggests as much as 1.3 billion tonnes of plastic waste could be dumped over the next 20 years, unless there's a radical effort to stop it. A computer models track the production and disposal of plastic around the world up to the year 2040. Our science correspondent Victoria Gill has more.
It is everywhere because it's almost endlessly useful. And when it's thrown away, if plastic finds its way into a plant like this, a lot of it can be made into something useful all over again.
It could be bottles that you buy from the supermarket, it could be household furniture, it could be garden furniture or composite decking.
But every year, more and more plastic waste ends up here. And a global team of scientists has now tracked the production and disposal of plastic all around the world and used that information to forecast the scale of our plastic pollution problem for the next 20 years.
If you were to count all together all the plastic waste that is going to be released into the environment, both on land and reaching the seas, these would be the staggering number of 1.3 billion tons of plastic.
And 1.3 billion tonnes is so big of a number it's almost unimaginable. How can you even visualise how much waste that is?
If you were to spread these on a thin layer of land, it would be 1.5 times the size of the UK.
Household waste, the scientists say, is by far the biggest source of all this pollution. They calculated that every year 30 million tonnes is dumped on land, nearly 50 million tonnes is burned out in the open, and that's in addition to the 10 million tonnes that finds its way into our oceans. Many of us might do our bit with reusable water bottles and coffee cups. But there's an estimated 2 billion people in the global south who have no access to any formal waste collection. They're simply left to work out what to do with all their rubbish.
That's why waste collection is such a vital part of this, just making sure that everyone's household waste is collected, sorted, and that it's channeled to plants like this is the best way to make sure that it doesn't end up in the environment.
Providing protection and safe employment for workers in low-income countries who collect and sort all of that waste will be just as important globally as reducing the production of single-use plastic. And while these new figures are daunting, the researchers say that recognising the source and the scale of this problem is the first step in stemming the worldwide tide of plastic pollution. Victoria Gill, BBC News.